I'll never forget the day really saw myself in the bathroom mirror. The eyes staring back at me were so disconnected, and shockingly, even though I'd done it all to myself, my eyelashes and eyebrows were gone. I had pulled every last hair out. Hey, I'm Stephannie Weikert. I'm a certified yoga therapist, writer, speaker, artist, mama, entrepreneur, lover of adventure, compassionate truth teller, and student and teacher of human potential. I help humans flourish, starting with myself. And that moment in the mirror nearly 25 years ago initiated the massive and continuous personal development journey I'm on and here to share with you. In this video, I'm going to share some of my story and some of what I've learned about how to flourish. To flourish is to feel alive and fulfilled, to accomplish what's meaningful to you, and to experience authentic connections with others. And I'm learning how to do this every day. So far, I've been experiencing this in 3 stages. Stage 1 is change your relationship with stress. This is fundamental to personal growth because chronic stress keeps us in survival mode, damages our well being, and is the key to understanding what we need. I've learned to use a few simple tools to regulate my nervous system, which has expanded my capacity to grow from life's challenges. Learning to use my stress response as a support system was a turning point in my life and the reason I do what I do. Stage 2 is learn to work with your brain and heart. Our brains are prone to being unsettled, restless, and confused, which drowns out the wisdom of our hearts. Changing our minds and tuning into the heart is key to mental emotional balance. I'm using my brain to automate habits that help me flourish and pursuing positive psychology to train my brain and heart to work together and cultivate the thoughts and feelings I want to experience in my life. Stage 3, surrender to your divine transformation. We are spiritual beings having a human experience, and we're here to discover how to connect with and continually align with our spirit. This is an ongoing path of transformation as our lives unfold and the key to spiritual awakening. I'm learning to see every circumstance on my journey as purposeful, to trust my path, and to approach my life with ever deepening, wholehearted authenticity. That day in the bathroom mirror, I was 27 years old and I had been struggling with stress and self doubt for a decade. I'd developed a body focused repetitive behavior as a coping mechanism. I pulled on my eyebrows and eyelashes, and eventually I pulled them all out. When I saw myself in the bathroom mirror, I saw that I was on a hamster wheel of overwhelm and self doubt, perpetually struggling, but desperately wanting to feel better. Seeing myself with no eyebrows or eyelashes was a low point, and at that moment, something inside of me knew I had a choice to make. I could stay stuck in the patterns running my life or take ownership of my experience. And a simple choice led to a big breakthrough. I resolved to do everything I could to take charge of this one stress fueled behavior of pulling out my eyebrows and eyelashes. So when I caught myself feeling for eyebrows and eyelashes that weren't even there to pull on, I'd bend over, take a few deep breaths, and repeat to myself, "You can stop. You can stop. You can stop." And I felt better right away. At first, I only felt better for a minute or two at a time, but the experience showed me something that changed my life. Stress is your body and mind's way of indicating that something is threatening your well being. And the stress response is support to help you change it. When I caught myself feeling for eyebrows and eyelashes to pull on, I noticed my breathing was shallow, my mind was racing, and working with these specific experiences of my stress response supported me in the precise way I needed to heal. So during the next year, I kept forward bending when I felt stressed. I'd breathe slowly and focus my attention on what I actually wanted to feel in that moment. And it worked every time. Just a little bit at first, but more and more with practice. My eyebrows and eyelashes started slowly, very slowly growing back. But more importantly, this simple practice was becoming a force for small but potent shifts that were making a big positive difference in my life. Then I found yoga. I discovered that my forward bending, slow breathing, and focusing my attention were part of this ancient healing system. So I started practicing and studying it and quickly realized I was meant to learn and experience and share all of it. In 2004, I became a certified yoga therapist, and for the next decade, taught yoga therapy for stress in yoga studios, hospitals, businesses, and to students one on one in my private studio. Throughout this decade of teaching hundreds of stressed out students, it became clear the insights and practices that helped me change my relationship with stress facilitate breakthrough personal growth for everyone who made it a part of their life. So in 2014, I created Make Peace with Stress to offer these insights and practices as a structured curriculum that was practical. And I've been honored to guide so many amazing humans just like you through the Make Peace with Stress group program. I changed my relationship with stress, and then my brain and heart went on an extraordinary adventure. I was in my early 40s when I started having some unfamiliar and confusing feelings, an attraction to women. I was married to a man and we had two kids. To say the least, this sent me into a state of inner turmoil. And for several years, I coped by gaslighting myself, withdrawing emotionally, smoking pot at night to numb my feelings, and over drinking in social situations in an attempt to be more comfortable around others in my own skin. Despite my very best efforts and without comprehending why or how it was true, I finally admitted to myself, I'm gay. It was the end of 2017, and I decided I was going to live with this secret forever. I was terrified, and there was too much at stake my marriage, family, sense of security, and lifelong identity. And then I told one person, and I learned that the heart knows things that the mind cannot explain. Coming out to one person I trusted quite literally sent my heart soaring. My fear was still predominant for sure, but there was also a glimmer of feeling liberated, and deep down, I knew I had to follow that feeling. The first thing I did was get sober. I wanted to be clear headed, to be able to trust myself, and to articulate what was happening. In January 2019, I came out to my husband. It was the most terrifying, hardest, vulnerable, and honest things I've ever done. But my heart and mind finally felt in sync. I broke open a million times during the next couple of years, navigating a separation during a global pandemic, falling in love again, moving out of the home I loved and had raised my kids in, being on my own for the first time in more than 20 years, and otherwise changing nearly everything about my life. It was an epic adventure. And each time the pendulum swung from fear and shame and worry to hope and faith and love, I paused at the center to feel and be. I knew this ability to hold my awareness in my heart would keep me connected to the inner guidance I'd come to trust over everything else. Now, in my fifth decade of life, I'm learning how to flourish. I honestly didn't think turning 50 was that big of a deal. Sure, I celebrated, but I didn't have a sense that yet another turning point was on the horizon. Maybe it was the combination of a few awe-inspiring adventures, sending my oldest off to college, experiencing heartbreak, and being single for the first time in 25 years, feeling deeply dissatisfied with my work and entering perimenopause. That first year of my 50s asked me to level up in a big way. Brene Brown nails it. She says, midlife is when the universe whispers in your ear, all of this pretending and performing, these coping mechanisms that you develop to protect yourself from feeling inadequate and getting hurt, they have to go. So I'm learning and growing and committed to trusting my journey to the best of my ability. I mostly embrace the ebb and flow and allow myself to feel the pull of my next awakening as it unfolds each moment. My approach to life is with ever deepening, wholehearted authenticity. As a result, my work is more powerful than ever. I offer what feels most present for me at any time and therefore most potent, meaningful, and valuable. I aim to unapologetically be who I am and to share my journey to inspire and empower you, to show you that you are not alone. I see you, I love you, and if you want my guidance and support on your journey, I'm here. Here's what I know for sure. You are all right, all of you. You are the most important person in your life. You have everything you need inside. You are the one to listen to and make choices for you. You are what you've been searching and waiting for. My job is to help you learn how to trust yourself and rely on your inner wisdom so you can love yourself and your journey so that you can flourish. I hope you found this video helpful. Be sure to let me know in the comments below and subscribe to get my next video on learning how to flourish, and share it with anyone you think might want to learn how to flourish with us. Good work.